if you need to pray every morning, if you need to meditate every morning on the fact that you are it, please do that. Hello, you guys. Okay, so I finally have another what do you call them? What are we calling them? Personal growth video, self-development video. I don't know. Y'all give me like a word for them. But anyway, I have another one. I feel like it's been a little minute since I did one, which is okay. It's okay. Sometimes you need a little breaky break. And I have my notes here tonight. We're just gonna have like a girl talk today. We're gonna try to get through this video, talk about self-esteem, and hopefully everything doesn't fall apart. Okay, I got my notes to keep myself on track, and we're just gonna we're gonna do this FaceTime. So okay, let's get into it. See, this is why I have to hunker down and make it a little stiff, because I maybe I joke too much. Okay, anyway, let me see if I can block some of this reflection. That didn't do nothing. Okay, so what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is the perception of your own self-worth. Your perception of your own self-worth, okay? Let's go ahead and put this into like simple terms. You know, my examples are gonna be a little weird because my brain just thinks a little off, but let's say you are selling a product and I come and tell you, listen, I would pay $1 million for this. And you're not secure in your product and what you have, and you say, I don't think it's worth it. I'm just gonna sell it for $1,000, which is, I mean, that's your prerogative. If that's what you want to do. However, you are missing out. You are lowering the value of what you have, and it's going to cost you. Literally, because you could have made so much more, or you could have done so much more. And I want to lose the idea of a product, because obviously we're not a product, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, in this reference, who you are is the product. Okay, what you possess as a person is the product. Okay, so you have to know the worth of that, so you don't undervalue it or undermine it. That makes sense. I have another example. Maybe this will help. Shout out to Ariel. Okay, so let's say you're in the ocean. Let's say you're in the ocean and you think you're a shrimp. So you're eating the things on the bottom, you know, the little fishies, or what do they eat? I don't know what they eat. You're eating the little things, you know, just like, okay, this is going to give me nutrients. Meanwhile, you're a shark. You're a shark. You're a shark, honey. Why are you eating these low value things? Why are you eating these things that are not serving you? It's because you have not realized the value of who you are. You get what I'm saying? You the shark, girl. Okay? Okay, so if your self-worth is low, it leads to you selling yourself short and ending up in negative situations and relationships that wouldn't exist if you knew who you were. Okay, does that make sense? Are we still here? Okay, please realize that you are the $1 million product. Who you are is the $1 million product, and you're the shark. Okay. Now, low self-esteem does not have a look. It doesn't have a tax bracket. It doesn't have a color, none of that. None of that matters, okay? Your self-confidence, your self-worth needs to be rooted, just like a tree. It needs to be rooted in who you are as a person. Those roots need to be strong as a tree, okay? You are fly. You are dope as a person, okay? Please do not look outside of your being for validation, because that is going to fail you, okay? Regardless of clothes, nails, hair, obviously nails, honey. Yeah. Regardless of that, you need to know that you are dope. You are everything. Okay? We here. Root your confidence. Root your confidence in the things that no one can take from you. Your mind, your mental, your creativity, the way you love, just rooted into everything but this superficial worldly stuff. Nails, clothes, hair, I don't know, houses, rooted in everything but that, okay? Because those things can be taken from you. Please know that. Please know that you are that girl at all times, okay? You are that girl at all times, and just believing that and saying that to yourself. I don't care if you have to do affirmations, if you need to pray every morning, if you need to meditate every morning on the fact that you are it. Please do that. Do what you need to do because it is going to benefit you tenfold, okay? Once you find your self-confidence and you realize who you are, no one can shake that, okay? Which is why I said root it into the things that no one can take from you. So when I say be unshakable, you know how those football players are running and they do that little and they do that little thing. You need to be tunnel vision like that, okay? Don't let anything shake your self-confidence, your self-worth. Please know who you are at all times because you are that girl, okay? I remember in high school, I was talking like in the cafeteria or something to this guy, and apparently he didn't like what I said, and he made like a slick comment about my weight, and I was like, oh, dang, okay. And I wish I could see the look on his face. Like he just looked like, did you hear what I just said? I did hear what you just said. And that don't shake me. Like anybody that has working eyes. Who is that shade? That's not shade. Anybody that has eyes knows that I'm a bigger girl. I was a bigger girl then, I'm a bigger girl now. So you saying that does not shake me. All you did was observe. Like, and then on top of that, when people try to insult you and try to, what am I trying to say, lower you down, you having little to no reaction is going to affect them. All you did was do a, what's it called, that boomerang? All you did was boomerang that negativity back to them, because now they're wondering what happened. Because their power, they meant for their power to come from your reaction. Don't give that to them, okay? Be unshakable, okay? Please do this work on your self-confidence, on your self-esteem, on your self-worth before you get into a relationship. Like, if you don't listen to nothing else that I say, please make sure that your self-esteem is on point before you get into a relationship. And I say that because when your self-esteem is low and you get into a relationship, you end up attaching validation to this other person. And that is so dangerous. That is so dangerous. Please do not do that, okay? And at that point, once you have attached that validation to them, it's not healthy. It's not going to be healthy. You can do all the work you want to in this relationship. It's not going to work because this person is now God to you. And no, ma'am. Please. You don't listen to nothing else. Please don't do that. What ends up happening in the actual relationship? Well, if your self-esteem is low and you get into a relationship before you're ready, you end up compromising your morals and even your likes and dislikes, okay? If you're so fixated on keeping this person around for this little bit of piece of love or this little bit of piece of company, sometimes we're lonely and we put ourselves into this predicament. If you are compromising who you are as a person, you are going to lose yourself. You're going to forget your own likes and dislikes. You're going to forget what's important to you because you have shape-shifted to be this pacifier to someone. And I said this before and I'll say it again. No relationship is worth your mental health. Personally, I will be single for the rest of my life before I let a relationship tear my mind up. Please have that outlook before you date, okay? Because this little stuff, a relationship can be very loving and very beautiful and magical. However, when it's not that, it's not that. And you putting all of your all into it, all of this work into it, and it's not benefiting you, let it go. You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because when people get into these relationships and they say, I gave him everything and I did this and he didn't appreciate any of it. What did he give you? What was he giving you that was making you stay other than stressing you out? Was it worth it? Only you can answer that, okay? You have to ask yourself how you ended up in this predicament. Self-esteem is usually the number one culprit, okay? Just trying to paint the whole picture for y'all, okay? So next, you want to figure out what your boundaries are. Again, your mental health has to be a non-negotiable. If this is affecting how I feel about myself, how I feel about my self-worth, it's time to let it go. It's no longer worth it. Number two, things like cheating. For example, if you don't want to be cheated on, you don't want to be cheated on. And I feel like as a society, we have made it where, there's this saying that men are going to cheat or men are going to be men. And if that's how you look at it, I guess, honey. But I just don't agree with that. Men cheat because we have been socialized to think that that's the norm. Okay. Now, if you're a man and you do not agree with monogamy, say that up front. But just to betray our bond and our trust, nah, that's not cool to me. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If you don't want to be cheated on, you don't have to be cheated on. Now, I didn't say go stalk the man. I didn't say you could prevent being cheated on. I just said if you don't want that, you don't have to continue that. Okay. A part of setting boundaries is enforcing them. So if you get cheated on the first time, get up out of there. Even if you go back in a year, like give it some time, but get up out of there. Show that person. Sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you. Show that person that I'm not going to do this. Okay. Stand your ground the first time, because let me tell you what happens. If I cheated on you the first time and you cried and we got back together, and then I cheated on you the second time and you went to your mom's house and you packed your stuff and then we got back together, chances are I'm about to do it again. I'm plotting. Okay. And I'm not, that there's this saying that a cheater is going to be a cheater. That's not what I'm saying. However, I am saying that a pattern is a pattern is a pattern. Okay. You got me? Please pay attention to actions instead of words, especially in relationships. Okay. Yeah. That'll tell you a lot. You ain't even got to do all the digging. And actions over words. Okay. Especially dealing with men. To sum all this up, low self-esteem says, I just want to be loved. And a part of me does not feel worthy for whatever reason. If for you it's something beauty-wise, these society standards are fake. I'm not going to say that they don't matter, because they do in a way, as far as socializing. But in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter unless you subscribe to the idea of them, okay? Being big, for example. I actually don't mind being big. I just want to be sure that I'm healthy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't aspire to be a size 2. I just want to feel better in my being. But with that being said, having insecurities is not the same thing as being insecure in who you are. I'm very confident in who I am. I'm rooted in who I am and what I possess as a human being. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have certain things that you are just iffy on, okay? I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that please know who you are, okay? Low self-esteem says, I just want to be loved. And that is a human desire, that's a human feeling, and that is normal, okay? However, it becomes a problem when you're looking for validation or you're chasing that love, not realizing who people are. Looking for love or validation in the wrong people is going to lead to you being lost. Because 9 times out of 10, if you don't know who you are, they don't either. Or on the flip side, they know exactly who you are and what you possess, and they're praying that one day you don't wake up and figure it out, because that'll be the day that you stop dealing with them. And they are going to put you in this box, or they're going to create their own versions of you, and you don't want that. The day you realize that you are amazing and you deserve more is the day that these negative relationship pulls and these negative relationship cycles, they're going to be a wrap. It's a wrap. So that's all I'm saying. I just wanted to talk about self-esteem a little bit, have a little girl chat, a little talky talk. And if y'all have a topic in mind for next week, let me know. But I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like a lot of these negative and I say this all the time, I feel like a lot of these negative cycles can be prevented. There are people out here that are in relationships and they feel like that the person they're with is the only person that they are maybe beautiful enough or worthy enough of dating, and that doesn't make sense to me. Because if God made one, he made two, right? I'm not saying good people are necessarily just easy to come by, but I am saying that this one person, please don't let them make or break your life, okay? Jeez Louise, please do not let them make or break your life, because you're gonna be dope regardless. Dope today, dope tomorrow. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Thank you for listening if you got this far, and I really do love you guys, and I appreciate you being here. And let me know what you want to talk about. I'm all for these uncomfortable conversations. Also, I do have the email address if you want to use it. Maybe give me a story, or if you want my input on something, even if it's private, let me know that it's private. But even if it's private, just email me. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and y'all have a great day. Okay, bye bye. Story repeats itself.